Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host Pinky, and today I'm wearing these glasses. So try to ignore this glare. It's all for a good cause. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can get your own pair for only $1 from Firmoo. So stay tuned towards the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Are these episodes an hour and 30 minutes? Like, honestly, I never noticed because I'm always at Bible study during the first airing of the show, so I'm always watching it from my DVR, and I never noticed how long it was. This episode has given me the most notes I've ever taken on this show. But to me, that just means it's a little good. So let's just get into this. So first I'm going to talk about them together and then get into each individual couple. So they're coming off their honeymoon, and the first night they go stay at one of their partner's places. They spend the night together, and it's like back to reality, but it's like a brand new reality because now you're married, whereas before you were single. My biggest question is, why are they moving into the same complex? Did the show spend all the budget on the honeymoon or something? Like, because in case y'all don't know, I have a little insider producer information, not necessarily from this show, but just from reality shows in general. When they're filming, the production pays for wherever they're filming. So if you're filming at your apartment, they'll pay your rent for like that month or two. So knowing what I know about production, I'm guessing this was just a cheaper way for them to house these people, because whatever house they choose to live in, they're most likely going to pay for it. So this is just a cheaper way to house them, in my opinion. It's just weird for all of them to be living in the same complex. I imagine they're not like next door to one another, but you just know they're gonna run into each other all the time. And what if I don't, like, just because we're all going through this experience, that don't mean I get along with everybody. That don't mean I want to see everybody every day. That's like, to me, that's a little bit too much. I can't believe they did that. But I do like the fact that they are forcing both sides to move out of their own comfort zone and into a neutral place. I do like that, because I feel like a lot of times with this show, like whenever one moves in with the other, the person moving in always feels uncomfortable or out of place, or as if, you know what I'm saying, this is not our place, I'm just moving into this stranger's place. And then the main thing I didn't like is the fact that the bathrooms only had one sink. Like, this whole show is about being married. Y'all couldn't even get them a bathroom with 2 sinks. And even the sink problem even comes up later on in the episode. When we get to Matt and Amber, we're going to talk about that. Okay, I'm going to start with Elizabeth and Jamie because not much happened with them. When we get to Jamie's apartment, we see that everything is perfectly placed. Everything is perfectly matched. Everything is streamlined. Everything is perfect. It's pristine, clean. Everything has a place. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but I would feel like a bull in a china house walking through his house. Like, I would just feel like I couldn't touch nothing. I would be sitting straight up in my chair, crossing my legs, patting my lip. Like, if I were Elizabeth, especially if I were Elizabeth, because she's just, you know, she even more unwound than I am. Like, I would just feel a little bit uncomfortable with how, it's not the fact that it's organized, it's just how pristine everything is. And I understand when you come on TV, you want things to look as perfect as possible, but Jamie is one of those people that I believe he really lives like that. It's crazy to me how Elizabeth could be considered messy compared to him, when on their honeymoon she was just talking about how my kitchen and bathroom have to be clean. I don't play about that. No dishes in the sink. You know what I'm saying? She was laying down her ground rules about that. And it turns out he's even more organized than you. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work, because when we went to Elizabeth's house, her house was not nearly as organized. I mean, I'm more on the Elizabeth side of things. Like, I try to keep things as neat and clean and in order as possible, but sometimes things just get a little jacked up. And plus, she just has a very eclectic style. I feel like she's gonna take over the decorating and just make it Elizabeth, because honestly, I'm like that, in that I like to decorate and make things pinky. So We'll see how she does. So when they meet with Pastor Cal, he gives them an exercise called emotional nakedness, and it's when you just drop everything, no phone, you just pay attention to your partner, and then just spill your guts. Don't hold anything back, just like emotional vomit. And I think that's good, especially for those two, because they've had conflict already. I think it's good for any couple, honestly, to just sit there and just be totally bluntly honest with each other. And so honestly, I think that's what Elizabeth needs. She needs somebody who's going to be like beyond honest with her, brutally honest with her, because I don't think she'll get it any other way. And so let's move on to this scene with the dog. Elizabeth took a glass that humans drink from, filled it up with water, and allowed the dog to drink out of it. Now y'all might be looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't do animals like that. I'm sorry. A lot of people consider people that are not animal people like evil or something. Like, I've just never been an animal person. It's just me and animals never really got along. I'm afraid of some of them. Like, it's just never been a thing. You know what I'm saying? If they're really tiny and small, I can deal with it better, but the bigger the dog, the less I want to be around them. And I'm just sorry. I'm sorry if it makes you feel some type of way. That's just, I have to be honest. So to see that dog drinking out of that cup, I agree with Jamie. And Jamie, it's not like Jamie doesn't have an animal. He has cats. He's just like, animals eat and drink out of animal Tupperware. Humans drink out of human glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that separate. That's nasty. And he was just like, throw that cup away. I'm like, thank you, Jamie. I thought I was sitting up here losing my mind. Okay? And she even said, you know, you're gonna judge me. Yes, I'm judging you. Because I feel like Elizabeth is one of those people that will just wash it and drink out of it later. And no, ma'am, I'm not drinking out of that. And remind me not to drink out of none of y'all cups. And he said that his motto is roll with it with her. Like, because she's so, you know, out of this world. And he's just like, roll with it. And I just think at some point, roll with it is not going to cut it. Like, I understand what he's saying for now, because she's just like, you know, it's like small things right now. But when it comes to like major decisions, I don't think the roll with the attitude necessarily is going to be the best attitude to have, because you're gonna have to wrangle her in at some point. And so roll with it, I don't know about that, because she needs to be checked. So we'll see how that works, how that motto of roll with it works. I don't know. Okay, moving on to Deonna and Greg. They first go to Deonna's house, and you know, she had a nice little townhouse. I was like, oh, that's cute, Deonna. And Greg's looking around and seeing that she just has way more stuff than he does. And I'm just like, that's women. We just have more than men. Y'all don't have to, your wardrobe doesn't have to be as complicated as ours tends to have to be. We just have more in general. And he was just looking at all her brushes and was just like, why do you have so many brushes? And I'm like, he's looking at her brushes crazy. I probably have triple the amount of brushes. I have triple. She didn't even have that many brushes. Hold on, let me just show y'all. This is just like half of my brushes right here. This is like half. Probably like a third of the brushes that I have. With that being said, I love makeup. So I imagine the average woman would have a third of the brushes that I have. So that is really not that much. Greg, calm down. But honestly, it was just cute to see him walking through and grinning, just wanting to get to know her. And at one point he was like, yeah, we're gonna work out 5 times a week. And she was like, he was like 3, and she was like 2. All right. And I'm like, you know what, I would love to have somebody I could work out with. That's one of the main things I want in a significant other, a workout partner, someone to hold me accountable and make me go, because me and my mama are terrible accountability partners. Like, we have not been taking each other to the gym. But anyway, and then we go to Greg's house. Greg, that house is nice. That house is nice, okay? Greg built that house. First of all, I remember that from the past episode. And it is, oh my goodness, I would love that house. Oh my, it does need some redecorating, but I love it. I would have a field day in that house. Are you kidding me? Oh, Deonna was super impressed too. I have a couple of things about the house. There's a porch and a deck, which Deonna was like, you got a porch and a deck? A basement with clap-on lights? Okay, I'm assuming that'll probably be his man cave. The house itself is 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. So, you know, with him just living in that house alone, you know he was preparing for a family. You already know he set his life up, because he not only does he want a wife, he wants a nice sized family too. Honestly, I wanted a real tour. I feel like we didn't get to see enough. How come we went through all of other people's house and we couldn't go through Greg's house? That's the house I wanted to see. After that, they meet with Pastor Cal. It came up in the conversation that she doesn't like too many compliments, and you know, everybody's getting on Deonna about not wanting so many compliments, but I already explained last video that can be a little bit overwhelming. If you're not an introvert, you wouldn't understand. But if the man is complimenting you, let him compliment you. You'll get used to it eventually, I'm sure. If that's just him, I would just let him do it. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Cal wanted them to practice some sort of physicality, whether that was holding hands or, you know, I think what he wants them to do is kind of form more of an intimacy, because in the past there have been couples that did not. You know, as far as physical touch, it doesn't have to be sexual. It could just be like maybe putting your arms around someone and looking at them in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Just for it, you need some sort of closer connection than a friend would have, than you would have with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's easy to fall into the friend zone in this sort of situation, especially for someone like Deonna that needs to take it slow. And, you know, Greg kind of shared that he is having a little bit of a hard time waiting. I do feel like Deonna is trying. She just, that's something you cannot rush a woman to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like he's trying to rush her. He just, you know, is a man. So I think they can navigate this. I think, you know, his patience is still on the strong side at this point. So hopefully, you know, he doesn't get turned off. I feel like Deonna is pushing herself to make sure that he does not. Once again, I feel like Deonna has like this dry, sarcastic humor that might come off like she's being rude to like viewers, but I know that humor, so I get it, and I think he gets it too. That intimate, you know, laying up on somebody, that'll make you get even more so comfortable. She did kind of take over the closet. But, I mean, that closet really wasn't even that big. So, they just gave them, like, a tiny place to put a lot of stuff in. That place would have been too tiny for me, too. Especially the closet. Amber and Matt. So far, Matt has been an enigma. Because his family was not a part of the wedding, so you don't get to really know him through that. He doesn't have a stable place to rest his head at the moment. Because he travels so much, he said he's been living out of a suitcase for 7 years because he's an international basketball player. There's so much more that we could learn from other people in this process than we can from Matt, because he just doesn't really have much to see, like on a physical note. And all of that is kind of making Amber feel uneasy, because she does have abandonment issues from her mother. She feels like because he's not really been rooted anywhere in a very long time, he's used to picking up and moving out, so she's scared that it would be nothing for him to just leave her. And so it's hard for her to want to like go all in when you feel like somebody could easily leave. I mean, even the house that they were staying in was his friend's house, and besides that, he lives with his mom, so he never really had a stable place to live for a while. He has like some parental issues that probably they could relate to each other with, and like Pastor Cal said, they are so much alike. Pastor Cal told Matthew, like, she is really into you. So you better be being genuine, because whoever you are now, that's who she falling in love with. And he's like, yeah, I'm being genuine. But the thing is, we just don't know, man. We don't know, because everybody else has something physical to hold on to. And with you, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just like, kind of, it's like vice versa. He doesn't want to disappoint her, and he doesn't want to be disappointed. I think that's what he was saying. I think Matt is really awkward. That's what I'm coming to the conclusion. He's really awkward when it comes to communicating and like expressing himself. Because like even when he was talking to Pastor Cal, like some of his facial expressions and just the way he was expressing himself, it was just a little awkward. And I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I feel like that's another, like, even with him being so tall, it's kind of awkward for him to walk in the room, because, you know, he's kind of lanky. And then even with the shower, he knocked down the shower curtain. Matt is a little bit awkward. So I feel like that could throw you off a little bit. I hope I'm explaining that right. I hope awkward is the right word I'm looking for, because he's kind of like a little bit offbeat, and I feel like that could throw you off. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. Either way, he could see himself falling for Amber. And at the end of the day, Dr. Cal told them both of them just need to drop down their walls. And that's exactly what they need to do. And also, it's okay to drop the macho masculinity of not wanting to be taken care of by a woman, and actually allow her to help you to get this business started. Y'all told me last week that it's a car detailing business, and honestly, that could be very lucrative. So I mean, if you get the word out there and it's like y'all actually doing a good job of, you know, detailing cars, that could really work. So, you know, I would, you know, go ahead and pursue that. I think that's why she's so gung-ho about supporting him too, because it's actually a good idea. He just needs to know that he is allowed to lean on her. It is okay. So at one point they go to Sonic, and I'm like, is this a Sonic commercial? I had to make sure like the show wasn't on commercial, because they kept mentioning Sonic. Oh, let me use my Sonic app. Oh, I love let's toast with the barbecue wings. I'm just like, is this a commercial? Like, did they sponsor y'all this episode? What's going on? Because let's be honest, who love Sonic? Is it just me? I think I got too much of it in college, and now I kind of can't stand it. Every now and then I'll get a taste and want like a chili dog or something like that, or a slush, but it's really not my cup of tea these days. So later on after that, he shares some pictures and kind of like shows himself a little bit more to Amber, and she feels better about that because he's a closed off person. So for him to be opening up himself to her, that makes her feel special. So that was a good thing that he did. I feel like he knew he had to do something, and so that was a nice little gesture. But later on, they're unpacking their stuff, and he decides he's gonna go to the guest bathroom and use that bathroom. And in his mind, he was thinking, you know, I'm gonna let her have the bathroom because we ain't got but one sink. We ain't got but one sink. I can't believe he only gave him one sink. Anyway, we ain't got but one sink. Let me go to this other one. You can have that whole sink area to yourself. But, you know, because of her abandonment issues, it made her feel like he was like one step out the door already. And next thing you know, he's gonna be sleeping in the guest room. And it wasn't even like that. He just, you know, was trying to give her space. And honestly, I would have been like, thank you. I need my own sink. I need this entire counter. Thank you. What I like about Amber is that she's very emotionally intelligent, and she already knows that her abandonment issues is what affected her to make her react that way. And so later on, they talked about it. They were able to resolve it, and she still gets to have her own bathroom. Like, yeah. Keith and Iris. So they go to Keith's house after the honeymoon, and Keith's bed is unmade. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, was I the only one raised that when you go on vacation, you clean up before you leave? Who wants to come home to a dirty house? Am I the only one? Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like my bed is made every day. For the most part, I like, you know, it's not hard for me to make my bed. I just pull the cover back. But when you go on a vacation, your bed do need to be made. That house do need to be clean. Like, what? Not only was Keith's bed not made, and Keith, you know you gonna be on TV. Come on. I just thought about that. Not only was Keith's bed not made, he had unfolded clothes just to the side over here. And I'm just like, Keith, now come on. I don't care if the clothes are clean. At least fold them before you leave, and you know your new wife is coming to this house. Like, really, Keith? To me, that was very indicative of who gonna be cleaning up in this house. And I hope Iris is ready, because unless she like be like, Keith, you better pick them clothes up. Keith don't seem like he gonna be doing too much cleaning up. She gonna have to be on him like a mama. I feel like that's the main thing that sparked Iris to really want to like search through the house, because it's like, okay, let me see what else you got going on in here. And so she even go through the cabinets looking at the glasses, and then she go through his drawers. And I'm just like, girl, I could have told her not to go through his drawers. Now, she ends up finding contraceptives and ends up having a problem with that. I'm not saying expect the worst out of men, but that is like the bare minimum of what I expected to find in a drawer. She was mad when she found an empty box, and he was just like, well, I emptied them and put them in my bag, you know, just in case on the honeymoon, you never know. He didn't know he was marrying a virgin. Like, how would he know that? How would he have any idea that was going to happen? I mean, that was the first time that's ever happened on this show. So how would he know? And second, he was completely single before this. Y'all literally just met each other and got married. So can you really be mad about something he was doing before he met you? I do think that Keith should have went ahead and threw away that box, but I still think Iris overreacted. I mean, honestly, Iris, Keith is going to give you a reason to be mad at him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. It's just what's going to happen. Y'all going to have conflict, and conflict encourages growth in relationships. It's perfectly normal. So don't create conflict. Plenty of natural conflict is going to happen with Keith. I promise. I can look at Keith and tell you that. No, I'm not saying Keith is a bad person. But when this whole virgin thing comes up, I feel like he talks a good game. It's like he knows exactly what to say. But I want to see when push come to shove, when you really have to wait, it's really a sacrifice for you to wait. How is he going to react? That's what I want to know, because he's talking a good game right now. I'm not going to say too much, because I do like him. I do like them as a couple, but I'm just telling you what I see. I do feel like Iris overreacted, but I also feel like she did a good job knowing that she overreacted and calmed down and was like, okay, that's within me, you know, and, you know, they hugged each other and got past it. But I still got my good eye on Keith. So when they meet with Pastor Cal, side note, Iris be slaying on the low sometimes. Like, some of her outfits just be like, yes. Like this outfit she had on with Pastor Cal. I was like, I like that. I could wear that, girl. That looks good. And just the way she be doing her hair and everything, it's just cute. But the thing that got me is when Iris said she still looked at him as a stranger. And then I had to put myself in her shoes, and I'm like, of course you would still look at him as a stranger, even though y'all been on this vacation. Like, how long have you known him? A couple of weeks? So she does look at him as a stranger, but she's going to have to change that mindset and look at him as her husband, because, you know, if I were Keith and I heard that, I would kind of feel like a little shook, like, what? We've been rocking together for these past couple of weeks. So I think she does really need to work on that, because I don't know if any of the other couples would say that. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like that was a little bit odd, but it might just be because she's never really truly been with a man. I think it's more so that than, you know, stranger, you know? So let's talk about Iris and all of her like little quirky ways. She might be the one that's OCD, now that I think about it, because when they went to her apartment, she's the complete opposite of Keith, in that she's very clean and she has some stickler rules that she sticks to. her apartment had 2 sinks, and she said one was for washing your hands and the other was for washing your face. And I was like, what? Now, I could understand if one is for you, one is for me, but one for washing your hands? What about people that only have 1 sink? I mean, a sink is a sink, darling. And then she had this thing about not wearing your outside clothes on the pillows, which, girl, I guess, like, am I nasty? I don't care about that. That's a lot. That's a lot to remember too. And then she was like, the man is supposed to sleep next to the door just in case there's an intruder, he can hop up and get him first. And I've definitely heard that before, Keith. So, like, she did not make that up. I've definitely heard that before. But I mean, there ain't nothing to live by. Let's be realistic. If somebody comes in, Iris, you're gonna go jump behind Keith anyway, even if he's sleeping next to, not sleeping next to the door. You're gonna jump behind him anyway, and you're gonna scream. So that and finally, when it comes to the drawers, and she was just basically, she's gonna have to get some shelf liners and clean out the drawers before she puts her clothes in there. And Keith was like, okay, I'm just putting my clothes in here. It adds character. And I'm like, am I a man? Because I just throw my clothes in there. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If it's my underwear drawer and I feel like the drawer is nasty, I will lay something down first or clean the drawer out. But with just regular clothes, girl, I was just sitting here thinking, like, am I dirty? Am I nasty? Like, because I don't even think about that. With Keith being as sloppy, for lack of better words, as he is, I mean, I know that's going to bring on some fights. I already know, because she's, like, very clean. So, I can't wait to see that. I really can't wait to see that blow up. Anyway, that's it for my review. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? So yeah, just let me know your opinions down below. So now that I'm done with the review, I want to tell you all about my glasses. And they are from Firmoo. Let me give y'all an up close look at them. And then give you some angles on my face. I love these glasses, y'all. So first of all, this is not my first pair of frames from Firmoo, but this is my first pair of prescription glasses from them. And as I was just browsing the website in general, all of the frames are affordable. Like, I don't think I saw anything over like $40. Like, everything is very affordable. These frames themselves, to me, are, I feel like they have a decent weight to them, but they're not like too heavy. Like, I've had a pair of glasses similar to these, and they were just like kind of too heavy for my face. It kind of like weighed down on my ears, but these are like solid, and I feel like they're really high quality, especially for the price. And I'll leave all the information about these glasses in particular down below. Leave like the frame number and the color and everything, the link to it down below. But these glasses are like, I feel like they really fit my face very well. On the website, if you upload a picture of just your face, you can actually try on frames like without like literally trying them on. So if you want to try on different glasses, you can. I actually did that when because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like these glasses on me, even though I have some glasses that are similar. These are a little bit wider frame, so I was like, well, I actually like these. They actually look really good, like aesthetically, and they also fit very well just to my face. So once I, you know, found the pair of glasses that I wanted, all I had to do was put in my prescription. If you have a prescription, all you have to do is like type in your prescription and place your order. My grandmother saw me surfing their website one day, and she was like, oh, I want some new frames. So she ended up ordering her frames as well. She didn't put prescription in, but she just ordered the frames. Her shipping was only like 3 business days, And when she got them, she was really impressed by how they look. I mean, they are really affordable, but they are just really quality frames. And they also offer frames from the kids all the way to adults, men and women. So pretty much anyone could find some frames on this website. So now let's get to the dollar glasses. So they're having a promotion right now where you can try the glasses for only $1. And I believe all you have to do is review them. You don't have to review them on video. I think you could review them on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. But you can actually get the glasses for only $1. And this is for brand new customers. So if you're a new customer, then you can sign up and get your glasses for only $1. I will leave the link down to that below. So yeah, you guys, let me know how you feel about my glasses. Let me know what you guys think down below. Take advantage of that offer if you wear glasses, like for real. It's a great offer. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.